Thanks for tuning in to the Diaphragm Dynasty. I'm back with another controversial R&B topic. Now, this is not a new R&B topic. This is a topic that has been debated for decades, more so, in the 90s and early 2000s. Now, it's not really much of a debate or discussion because people kind of moved on from it, similar to the Jay-Z Nas debate, which I've done on my other podcast, Urban Scope Podcast. Shameless plug. Definitely go like and subscribe to that content as well as this content. But the debate I'm talking about is who is the better singer between Brandy and Monica. Now, in the 90s, they were tearing up the charts. Early 2000s as well, it was tearing up the charts. Coming up with, starting from, being 15 and 16 years old, all the way into their 20s. And they had the same kind of trajectory as far as artistry goes and success and just dealing with different songwriters and producers. But, vocally, who was the better singer? And I think this is an easy debate for people to figure out. Now, just from my ear and what I hear, they both had angelic type voices. They've both helped build this thing we call R&B, rhythm and blues. They both have stories that are vital to the story of R&B, especially in the 90s. But vocally, I truly believe Monica had the better voice. Now, she didn't have the most commercial success because I don't think she had the backing and the label support that Brandy had. But vocally, it's not even close to me as far as vocally who was the better singer. Even now, I believe that Monica, or I know that Monica has the best vocal voice. Now, Brandy had better hits, but I still think Monica had the better voice, which has nothing to do with it. Brandy had I Want to Be Down, Full Moon, Sitting Up in My Room, Baby, all great songs. But the hits didn't tell the whole story. Just because, it's all about backing and things like that. Now, Monica had great hits too. When you think about um, Before You Walk Out of My Life, Why I Love You So Much, Don't Take It Personal. One of my favorite songs is from her is For You I Will, which is on the Space Jam soundtrack. Now, when they put songs on soundtracks, sometimes, well, a lot of times, a song is on there that doesn't fit. And For You I Will, being a movie about basketball player playing aliens or playing, villains. I don't know why that song was on there, but it was a great song nevertheless, and I'm glad they put it on somewhere. But um, it was a great song, and it showed her vocal excellence. I don't think Brandy has a song like that. Now, the Full Moon song from Brandy is probably my favorite from her, even though it was back in, I want to say, 03, 02, later in her, well, a little bit later in her career. But vocal performance wise, it wasn't great performance wise. It was lyricism that was more important in that song than it was vocally. Now, Sitting Up in My Room is probably her best vocal performance, but um, that Full Moon album gets a lot of acclaim. But we can argue about that. Never Say Never album was definitely her best album, just as far as having less skips and having the best uh, content on it. And I talked about it before. They both dropped solo albums earlier in their career, but Monica, I believe, was around 14 or 15 years old when she first dropped that album, and it was way ahead of its time. That Miss Thing album, which I talked about previously, but um, Monica just it's just so many great songs that she performed vocally that Brandy doesn't have. I don't think Brandy has the range that Monica has as well. Monica seems like she sings from a place of hurt and just of just more experience, I believe. I think she's more vocally trained. I think Brandy had a natural sound that was more of a voice that was inherited, while Monica felt like she actually went to classes and things like that to improve it. I'm pretty sure Brandy did it as well, but just from the ear, Monica was a lot better as far as vocal range and just aesthetically pleasing on the ear. Now, um, yeah, I think Brandy is the better artist, but the better singer is Monica. To put it in to simplify this argument, because Just because you have more commercial success doesn't mean you're the better vocalist. Now, I think Monica sings better than Taylor Swift, which is not a reach because Taylor Swift is more about lyricism. It's more about having a poppy tune. It's not more of a vocal performance. I don't think she really gave a vocal performance worthy of anything close to Monica other than you want to say that Red album. That Red album was more traditional or close to R&B that Taylor Swift will ever get to. But nevertheless, I don't think a lot of singers don't sing better than Monica. You would have to go up there to a Mariah Carey, a Whitney Houston, people of that kind of ilk. It's not a lot of people that can out sing Monica. Definitely Brandy can't. She definitely had more commercial success because she collaborated with a lot of better writers and a lot of producers and had a bigger label behind her. But Monica vocally has the better voice. Um, so tell me what your thoughts about this. Remember to continue to like and subscribe to the content. Until next time, I'll see you next time.